Welcome to the war in Mexico. And in this channel, like the name says, it is about the war in Mexico. Because down there, everyone's attacking each other. And here, I'll bring you daily news or weekly news. And today, I'm bringing you a weekly news. Today, we're talking about how CJNG is using drones, how Los Chapitos lost 10 men in attacks. We're talking about Los Rusos cartel attacking 2 state polices and successfully unaliving them. 5 bodies that were burned in Chihuahua. How the military seized a flamethrower. It's a pretty big one as well. How La Familia Michoacana is leaving burnt corpses in Puebla. We're talking about El Guero's being arrested and 6 gunmen that were unalived in Uruapan. It's a deadly week in Mexico. Very deadlier if I really brought you what happens in a weekend in the whole country of Mexico. We couldn't make a video. It's too long. But okay, let's get started. We're starting with La Familia Michoacana leaving burned corpses across Puebla. Also, shout out Borderland B. A lot of the articles that we will be reading here or news update, most of them are going to be from Borderland B. If not, I will stay from where they are. But most of them are going to be from Borderland B. Alright, let's get started. I'm gonna be reading this off my computer, and I'm gonna leave it mostly uncut. I'm gonna try and keep it raw. So I'm not trying to edit too much. I'll just show you videos and stuff for you guys. It's gonna be juicy. This channel's gonna be juicy. It's a linked channel to stories from Mexico, but let's get right to it. La Familia Michoacana is leaving burnt corpses across Puebla. Okay, on June 22nd, 2 bodies were discovered inside a burned vehicle on the Periférico Ecológico near the Chapulco Lagoon, south of the city of Puebla. A NarcoBanner was attributed to La Familia Michoacana and was left at the scene. 2 days later, more burned bodies were found. And this is the message they left. I'm not gonna read the messages they leave because they're very graphic, and I'm not trying to get banned from YouTube. Alright, so we already talked about the burned corpses, so let me take it out from here. Okay, we're gonna talk about, let's go back over here to the bottom. 6 gunmen were dead after a shootout with the soldiers near Uruapan, Michoacan. Michoacan's a deadly, deadly state. Yeah, I don't know how people go and visit Michoacan. Super deadly. I have coworkers that go there every summer, and I'm like, damn, what are you doing? Okay, let's get right into it. 6 gunmen were killed and 1 was arrested after a shootout with the National Guard and the Mexican Army in the town of Jucutacato, south of the municipality of Uruapan, on the morning of last month, the 24th, June 24th. According to local news, a joint Army and National Guard convoy was ambushed while on patrol on the road between Jucutacato and Cutsato early in the morning of Wednesday 24th June 24th. They put it wrong sometimes under, I think they use like a translator, and it's not the best. The soldiers fired back, killing 6 gunmen and capturing 1 more. 2 other gunmen managed to escape, leaving behind weapons and 2 vehicles. They left a Cherokee right here, a Jeep. I can tell that's a Jeep with off wheel, and a little Volkswagen, I believe. Not the best vehicles, but the Jeep, I have one like that, so I'm gonna say they are good. Okay, those Jeep are good. Let's take it from the Uruapan. Let's delete it. Should we talk about? We're gonna talk about how the military seizes a flamethrower in Tamaulipas. So, not a long article, okay. I don't like reading long articles because then the video's already gonna be long enough. And then making, like, I deleted some videos, well, 2 videos that were like 10 minutes, 20 minutes. But, you know, they get long. This one's gonna be long as well. So the military seizes a flamethrower in Tamaulipas during a routine patrol on Wednesday of June 26th. The Mexican military seized dozens of firearms, extensive tactical equipment, 5 vehicles, and a flamethrower XL. That's apparently Flame XL 18 flamethrower. That's the name apparently. In what appears to be a disrupted weapons drum linked to the Grupo Escorpiones. Escorpiones are like this. They're a killer. I don't know if you guys have heard this little. I believe they're called Escorpiones. Like La Cumbia de Yair. Some really dumb music that they're making down there. The most noticeable seized item is the flamethrower, which appears to be the XL-18 flamethrower produced by Throwflame, a Cleveland, Ohio weapons manufacturer. No surprise there that the United States weapon got into Mexico. The XL-18 can be purchased online for $3,450 and ships freely. It ships for free. Flamethrowers are not considered firearms in the United States and are federally unregulated. Throwflame's website claims the XL-18 can launch flames at a target of up to 115 feet when using the napalm mix. And this is a little flamethrower. These weapons are linked to be useful in combat between criminal groups, so it's likely either a novelty weapon purchased by a criminal commander or was supposed to be used for torturing captives. Damn, imagine being burned with a flamethrower. Let's not imagine that. Okay, let's not imagine that. If the objective of a torture video is to instill fear in as many civilians and rival combatants as possible, the use of an over-the-top weapon like the XL-18 fits the picture. Apparently, imagine that. That's horrible. Again, let's not imagine that. Based on the perfect, apparently, use condition of the weapons and tactical gear, with many of the magazines still wrapped in plastic, it is likely that this was a drop-off point for the Grupo Escorpiones firearm traffickers coming from Texas. The Tamaulipas border region is divided up between numerous criminal groups who can trace their lineage back to the Gulf Cartel. Grupo Escorpiones controls the region of the eastern coastline up until the Rio Bravo Canal, just east of Reynosa, positioning this issue in their turf. It's a big impact for the whoever had that flamethrower. R.I.P. R.I.P. Right. Let's talk about those bodies from Chihuahua. It's 5 dead bodies and burned vehicles found after a shootout in San Francisco de Borja, Chihuahua. And we have a video as well. Well, I'll leave the video here for you guys in a bit. A shootout between La Línea and La Gente Nueva del Tigre left at least 5 dead outside of the town of Tutuaca in San Francisco de Borja, Chihuahua this morning. The shootout likely occurred overnight or early morning of the 27th of June. The event was geolocated by Pernicious Propaganda to the Nonuava El Mirador Highway just east of the town of Tutuaca. Here's pictures of this horrible event. At the scene, authorities found 5 bodies, 3 of them burned, while the other 2 were located off the highway. Authorities found shell casings and 5 magazines, but no weapons of tactical gear, suggesting one group looted the scene after winning the firefight. The shootout between La Línea and the armed wing of La Nuevo Cartel de Juárez and La Gente Nueva del Tigre, a faction aligned with Los Mayos, faction of La Sinaloa cartel. Despite 20% of decrease in 2026, the state of Chihuahua has one of the highest rates of murder in Mexico in 2026. In the first 5 months of 2026, it's ranked 3rd nationally in the number of victims, with 590 murders in that state. I'll leave these pictures and this video for you guys. Horrible what happens down there, okay? Let's move on. We're gonna talk, let's see. We already talked about those poor people. Well, not poor people, they were criminals, right? But they got burned. Imagine being burned. That's horrible. Los Rusos. Let's talk about Los Rusos. Also, I hit my computer pretty hard. Los Rusos retaliate for operations killing 2 state police agents in Mexicali, Baja California. 2 police officers were gunned down in separate events in Mexicali, Baja California this weekend, on the weekend of June 29th, okay? So it's not this weekend, okay? It was linked to the Rusos cartel. They're a faction of the Sinaloa cartel. In the first attack, Ruben Lopez Orduño, a police officer, was ambushed alongside with his wife in Tijuana, Baja California. Both were killed after gunmen in 2 vehicles opened fire on the couple in the Zaragoza neighborhood approximately 8 p.m. on Friday, 26 June, before fleeing the scene. During the attack, Lopez Orduño's wife shielded their infant from the gunfire, allowing the child to survive unharmed. Well, the child sadly will now live without parents. That's bad. Also, you can hear me smacking my computer. It's very old. I don't care about this computer. On the Saturday night, another attack occurred at a taco stand in the Benito Juárez ejido of Mexicali, where Manuel Enriquez Guerrero Sanchez, a member of the police, was shot and killed. Another woman was injured by a stray bullet. The vehicle allegedly used to commit the crime was later found burned. Okay, operations against Los Rusos. There was a big operations against Los Rusos in the 28th of May, where they seized 20 kilograms of cocaine. And on May 28th, they arrested 2 Colombian nationalists who were drug smuggling, and then on June 5th, they seized 20 kilograms of cocaine. Big impact for those guys. Okay. On June 24th, officers came under fire locating a suspicious vehicle in Valle de Mexicali near San Luis Rio Colorado, Sonora. During the ensuing gun battle, 1 state police officer was wounded, while Mauricio Aron, alias El Huicho, an alleged Los Rusos operator, was killed. Authorities also arrested Gerardo, another suspected member of a criminal organization of Los Rusos, and six stolen luxury vehicles. Damn, Los Rusos, they're going crazy down there, man. Can't believe, man. They're putting on the heat on them, right? You're another cartel. Let them do that. Let them put on the heat on themselves. We're gonna talk about that drone attack. Reports emerge of a CJNG attack using explosive drones against Carteles Unidos in Michoacán. So CJNG is now operating like Ukraine. We have a lot of Ukraine war people training them, if we're being honest. And from other countries that we won't name, but we know which ones are which. We can't name them right now because we don't want to be banned from this channel, man. We don't want to be banned from this website before we even start. You know, let us get a little bit of fan base. The CJ&G cartel uses explosive drones in an attack on Carteles Unidos in Michoacán, intensifying the territorial dispute in the region. A video circulated on the social media platform known as X, where you can see the attack. The footage was posted on an account. I'm not gonna shout him out. The footage shows aerial shots captured by a drone and what appears to be detonations over a makeshift camp. However, this video lacks elements that would allow the independent confirmation of the exact location or the date. And then I'll show you the video. Okay, well, I'm not gonna read the other stuff. It's pretty pointless. You guys can see that video. Little drone attack. Let's see. We're almost done. I'll talk about the 10 Chapitos gunmen were killed in government operations in Rosario, Sinaloa. They're not good gunmen. 10 Chapitos gunmen were killed by Mexican security forces southern Sinaloa in an operation responding to an IED attack against a Navy patrol, which left 1 Marine dead and 3 others wounded last weekend. Operations have continued with raids being carried out as well as Navy planes and helicopters flying over the region. The incidents began on July 3rd. It was this weekend, July 3rd, when Navy personnel conducting flood prevention work at the Picachos Dam in the San Marcos community of the Mazatlan were ambushed with improvised explosive devices, IEDs. 1 Marine died from injuries sustained in the attack and 3 others were wounded. In response, federal forces launched a security operation the following day, which led to the second confrontation in the municipality of El Rosario, an area controlled by Los Chapitos faction of the Sinaloa cartel. The main engagement occurred around 2 p.m. on July 4th between the communities of Agua Verde and Cajon Ojo de Agua. When Navy convoy came under attack by armed individuals, security forces repelled the assault, resulting in 10 alleged aggressors killed. Video recorded by civilians in the area show a Mexican military helicopter firing an M134. I was going to say an M134. No, M134 minigun and launching grenades at targets on nearby hill. I'll show you that video right here. They arrested 3 people. The operation continued until July 7th with locals uploading footage of the attacks. I'll leave you guys with these videos of the attacks. Alright, you guys saw those videos. Let's talk about El Guero Pin and end it off. We're gonna end it off with El Guero Pin being arrested. Los Chapitos Plaza boss El Guero Pin was captured in Escuinapa, Sinaloa. They're on Los Chapitos. They're on them. They're not gonna last long. Misael Guerrero, known as El Guero Pin, the Los Chapitos Plaza boss in the southern Sinaloa area, was captured in Escuinapa. Mexican military on the morning of June 25th captured him in Escuinapa, Sinaloa. Throughout the day, locals reported shootouts, blockades, and burning vehicles across the region. The arrest took place in the community of La Isla del Bosque in Escuinapa during a Mexican army operation supported by ground and air forces. Hilario Martinez, the former director of public safety and municipal traffic of Escuinapa, was also arrested by authorities at the same location. Wow. Corrupt? Not a surprise. In recent months, homicides in Escuinapa have spiked as the Chapitos versus Mayo civil war arrived at the small town in the south part of Sinaloa state. By the border of Nayarit, the region is crucial for criminal control as it lies by the Federal Highway Mexico 15 and the Mazatlan Tepic Highway, 2 main drug trafficking routes. Over the past few months, the tide of the Sinaloa cartel civil war have turned against Los Chapitos, with government operations severely weakening them. On June 1st, Gabriel Nicolas Martinez Lario, alias El Gavito or El Ochenta, another plaza boss for Los Chapitos in southern Sinaloa, was arrested in Mazatlan. Los Chapitos is suffering and they're after them. They're not going to last long. I've been saying this for a long time in Stories from Mexico. They're not going to last long. Check me out on Stories from Mexico. If you like how I did it, how I report the news here, like and subscribe. I'm going to keep putting more news. Going to keep doing it. Check me out on Stories from Mexico. It's more professional, I guess. You can check me out there. Also, thank you for watching. Again, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. This is the war in Mexico. We'll be back.